topic is characteristics of particles of matter. So far what we know is matter is anything which occupies space and has got mass. The characteristics of this matter is the particles of matter. This is the first characteristic. Particles of matter have space between them. We have already done. How can we prove that particles of matter have space between them? Please recall, particles of sugar, salt, Dettol or potassium permanganate get evenly distributed in water. Similarly, when we are making tea, coffee or maybe nimbu pani, particles of one type of matter get into the space between the particles of the other. And that is why you cannot see salt or sugar dissolved in water. This shows that there is enough space between particles of matter. One particle of matter, one kind of particle of matter can get into the space between the particles of the other kind of matter. The second characteristic of particles of matter is that these particles are continuously moving. Now there are three activities which can be performed here. Activity 1.3 says you're going to take an unlit incense stick. Incense stick means agarbatti. Unlit, जो जली नहीं है. If you want to smell this agarbatti, cold agarbatti, unlit agarbatti, you have to go close to agarbatti to smell it. But when you light this incense stick, अगर आप इसको घर में किसी कोने पर लगाते हो अगरबत्ती को, तो आपको इसकी खुशबू दूर से ही आ जाती है. You can smell the agarbatti from a distance. Similarly, you can smell perfume from a distance. You can even smell the food being cooked in the house from a distance. Second activity, you're going to take a drop of blue or red ink and add it slowly into the beaker. And in the second beaker, you're going to add honey in the water taken in the beaker. You are going to observe how quickly the blue or the red ink dissolves in water and how much time does honey takes to dissolve into the water. Remember, you are not going to stir either the red or the blue ink into the beaker or honey, shahad, into the beaker. The third activity, that is activity 1.5, is you're going to take a crystal of copper sulfate. Now this is a chemical which is blue in color, or potassium permanganate, which we have already taken earlier. Remember, this is a purple colored compound, into a glass of hot water and another containing cold water. Means you're going to take two glasses, one filled with hot water, the second filled with cold water. Into one, you're going to add copper sulfate, and into the second glass, you're going to add the potassium permanganate. Do not stir the solution. आपको इसको solution को हिलाना नहीं है, चम्मच से नहीं हिलाना है. Allow the crystals to settle at the bottom, and then we are going to observe. Here we observe the change, the rate of mixing of copper sulfate